Hey beautiful! Today we're making the perfect brown butter blondies. The texture and the gooiness of a brownie, as well as the flavor of a chocolate chip cookie all wrapped in one. These blondies could potentially be your new favorite recipe. Start off by preheating your oven to 350 Fahrenheit or 180 Celsius, and then we're going to prep our tin. Take a 6 by 8 inch baking pan and grease it with some cooking spray. Then line with some parchment paper, and this will make it far easier to remove the blondies from the pan. And I'm so excited that my website has finally been completed. I will leave the link down in the description box and in the comment section. To make the brown butter, add half a cup of unsalted butter to a medium-sized saucepan and cook on medium-high heat. You could always skip this step and make regular blondies, but the brown butter really puts the flavor over the top. Make sure to constantly stir or else the fat will burn, and we don't want that. Soon you're going to notice some bubbles forming. Just continue to stir every so often and keep an eye on it because this process goes real quick and we don't want to burn the butter. Once foam starts to form, we're going to be able to notice some difference in the color. As you can see, there's a slight caramelly color, but it's not quite there yet. So just cook for another minute or two or until it starts to look something like this. And it's going to have this rich caramel, almost nutty scent, which smells like heaven. I'm not even exaggerating, just make this recipe and you'll understand what I mean. Now just pour all of that gorgeous brown butter that we made into a large bowl and add 1 or 2 cubes of ice to the bowl, which is going to do one of two things. Firstly, it's going to cool down the butter quickly so we can work with it, and it's also going to rehydrate the butter since all the water has evaporated. This is what the completed brown butter should look like. There are going to be some dark brown particles, but don't worry, that's what adds the flavor. Alright, to the bowl we're going to add half a cup of granulated sugar and half a cup of packed dark brown sugar. Use a whisk or electric mixer to cream these ingredients together, about 30 seconds. Once that's done, add 1 egg and half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Once again, use your whisk or electric mixer to whip the ingredients until the consistency has thickened and has become slightly pale and creamy like this. With the help of your spatula, just scrape the sides of the bowl, and now we're ready to add the dry ingredients. Add in half a teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then 1 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, scooped and leveled. Use your spatula to gently fold in the dry ingredients. You can totally do this with an electric mixer if you would like, but you do have more control over a spatula. And make sure not to overmix. If you overmix, the gluten in the flour will form strands, making these blondies really heavy and dense. It's totally okay to have some bits of flour in the bowl that have not been incorporated yet because we will be mixing it in soon. Add half a cup of chocolate chips or any other toppings that you would like. Walnuts or white chocolate would work really well in this recipe. Now fold that in as well, again taking care not to overmix. Make sure that all the flour has been incorporated and the chocolate chips have been distributed. Okay, wonderful! Now that our batter has been completed, pour all of the mix into the prepared baking dish and then use your fingers or the back of a spoon to press it down into an even layer. And welcome to my channel if you're new. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I post new videos every single week. This is completely optional, but add an extra handful of chocolate on top and then press it into the dough a little bit. Bake for 35 to 40 minutes or until the tops have become golden brown and a toothpick comes out clean. The center might look a little pale right now, but it's going to brown once it cools completely. Remove the blondies from the pan or else they're going to continue to cook, and then just allow them to cool. Sprinkle some flaky sea salt on top. This is optional, but obviously recommended. Now we can cut these into slices. Cut into 8 to 16 slices, but make sure that they're completely cooled or else they're going to crumble and fall apart. And that is it for this week's recipe. I hope you enjoy these blondies as much as I do and make sure to give them a try. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon and stay safe. Bye for now.